This is Macklin's gym. With me, I've got the new WBO middleweight champion
of the world,
Billy Joe Saunders. How does that feel? How does that taste feel?
How does it feel? How does it feel? Listen, I knew it's something I knew from being a young man. I knew this, and I've worked hard for it, Kogan, very hard, and I wasn't gonna let it slip. I told you this the other day. It was destiny. Tyson Fury. I said it. I said this in an interview this time last year. So me and him will be world champions next year.
That video was on there actually. What about Golovkin? Because Golovkin wants to fight whoever's got the WBO.
Fuck off.
What up, everybody in the YTBC? Big shout out to #ComebackToBoxing. And a big shout out to Boxing United. And in addition, big shout out to Mainman Mademan. Now, Mainman Mademan, I'll be addressing you in just a moment. But first things first, congratulations to Billy Joe Saunders, who put on a masterclass performance. All right? I mean, I will be honest, I did not expect him to shut out David Lemieux the way that he did. I did expect him to win. Now, I didn't want him to win. I was hoping that David Lemieux would, somehow pull out a knockout, but he had no answers for Billy Joe Saunders the whole night. All night long, Billy Joe Saunders did exactly what he wanted to do in the ring. There was no point in the whole match where he was uncomfortable. He could not make Billy Joe Saunders feel uncomfortable anywhere from round 1 to round 12. And as for the judging, I don't see how you could have given David Lemieux even a single round. So like I said, it was a master class performance. And can't take nothing away from Billy Joe Saunders on his performance. So congratulations, Billy Joe Saunders. I was very, very impressed. Now, let me go ahead and address Mainman Mademan. Sorry if I'm getting it backwards. I honestly don't remember if it's Mainman Mademan or I think it's Mainman Mademan. Anyways, I'll put a link to his video in the description. This is going to be a little bit of a response to him because he made a video that I kind of disagree with to a certain extent. And he is talking about how there are fickle fans, which that part I definitely agree with. There's definitely fickle fans. And he was talking about how some channels, 6 months ago were calling Billy Joe Saunders Billy Ho Saunders. And now a lot of these same channels are, saying that he, they're singing his praises, basically. And in a lot of cases, I'll admit it, a lot of those channels are being fickle. There are some channels who they were calling Billy Joe Saunders Billy Ho Saunders because he wouldn't fight Triple G. And it wasn't necessarily that they wanted him to fight Triple G. It's just that it fed into the narrative that people were ducking Triple G. So they were trying to pressure him into going ahead and taking the Triple G fight, because then that gets rid of that whole narrative. It wasn't to put down Billy Joe Saunders. It was because he was feeding into the narrative that they didn't like. Now, that's not every boxing fan, but there were some. That's why they were calling him that. Now, those ones that were calling him that for those reasons are singing his praises, because now, after seeing what they saw not last night, on Saturday night, they feel that he has a chance to beat him. So now they want to sing his praises, and because they think that it's going to make Triple G look bad if he doesn't try to make the fight, which it will. That will definitely make Triple G look bad, or B, that he loses to him. And they think that it's very possible that Billy Joe Saunders would be able to beat Triple G. So, in that respect, Mainman Mademan, sorry. In that respect, you're absolutely correct. There are some fickle ass channels out here, and all we can really do is not support those channels. But I don't necessarily think that just because somebody was calling him Billy Joe Saunders 6 months ago, or Billy Ho Saunders 6 months ago, are now singing his praises, I don't think that in itself makes them fickle. And the reason why is because it's called giving the devil his due. You know, it's a expression. Basically what that means is somebody who you consider to be not on the up and up, not somebody you consider to be somewhat of a fuck up, actually does something right. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with giving credit where credit is due, even if you don't like the dude that you're giving credit to. And I wasn't even trying to rhyme there, it just came out that way. But anyways, there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I'm doing. I'm one of those channels who called him Billy Ho Saunders because he was acting like a hoe. And you know what? I still think he's Billy Ho Saunders. And let me explain to you why. Alright, so yes, he put on a master class. It was, you could call it a boxing clinic, you could call it a boxing lesson. He schooled Lemieux. Lemieux could not do nothing to your boy. But here's the thing. When it comes to calling Billy Joe Saunders Billy Ho Saunders, it's not necessarily what he does in the ring. Sometimes it is. But it's a lot of what he does out of the ring. And what I mean by that is this. After the fight, you can go and you can watch the post-fight interview. I'm sure you already did, Mainman Mademan. But for anybody else who is watching this video, just watch the post-fight interview where he said that Triple G called him out when he was out of shape. And he was like, try fighting me now, you'll be hitting nothing but fresh air. That right there was complete and utter bullshit. Because Triple G didn't wait till Billy Joe Saunders looked like shit to call him out. Triple G called him out as soon as he won that WBO belt. And you can go and look at the post-fight interviews from the night after he beat Andy Lee. And this is verbatim, word for word. Billy Joe, when Coogan asked Billy Joe Saunders about fighting Triple G, his exact words were, Triple G can fuck off. Those were his exact words. Now, at that point, he didn't look terrible. He beat Andy Lee. This was the very night that he won the belt. He's saying that Triple G can fuck off. Now, he got a little bit of backlash. So what he did is he came back and sang the same song and tune that a lot of these other fighters were singing, is maybe in 18 months. See, Billy Joe Saunders, I have to give him credit because when he did look terrible against that, I can't even remember the dude's name. He he owned up to it and said he wasn't ready for Triple G. But for him to, after having a wonderful performance, to say that Triple G only called him out because he was out of shape and he looked terrible is a lie. He's acting like a hoe. So I'm not gonna lie and say that every channel is, is in the same boat as me. But as for me, I can say, yes, I called him Billy Ho Saunders, and I still am calling him Billy Ho Saunders. But I'm still going to give the man his due. I'm not going to act like I wasn't impressed with his performance. Now, as for the fight with him and Triple G, certainly hope that it happens eventually, sooner rather than later. I think Triple G today is not David Lemieux, and unlike David Lemieux, he knows how to cut the ring, and he's willing to eat some shots to knock you out, which is not what David Lemieux was willing to do. So it's going to be a very different fight for Billy Joe Saunders. But I have to say, it's not going to be a walk in the park for Triple G either. After seeing if he fights the same Billy Joe Saunders I saw Saturday night, it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be a cakewalk. But after saying all this, Mainman Mademan, I respect you. And one thing I have to say, and I definitely agree with you on what you said in your video, you are consistent. You are one of the few channels that is consistent. Enjoy your content always. I don't always comment, but I do try to watch as much of your videos as I possibly can. You're one of the good ones. And liking the music as well. Keep doing your thing, Mainman. Don't change anything. You're just giving your honest take on how you see things. And in this case, I slightly disagree with you. But much respect from one man to another. To all my subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble upon this video, if you're not subscribed to Mainman, go over to his channel. I'm going to put a link in the description. Me forgetting is no longer an excuse, because I have figured out how you can do all that shit after, even if I forgot. So please check him out. Link will be in the description. If you're subscribed to him, that means you already know he's a real one. But anyways, hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
Combing through my city, not too many niggas made it. Those who made it out, goddamn, they hate it. Rolling with a squad that be all about a payment. I can't hang with pussies, man, they make me feel tainted. Life is a bitch, ain't it? Whole lot of things trying to take me off the pavement. Hey, all these fucking actors, man, I'm looking for the agents. The world's so foul and I'm ducking all the flavors. Watch, put they face up on the shirt, I make you haters famous. Got the background info on the plane. Wasn't born with much, came up walking through the hood with that iron tuck. You can play pussy, you can give fuck.